I'm Sal.
I'm Beth.
We are the Brewery Lovers. An interesting episode. We went to Firestone Walker in Paso Robles, California. Where's that?
Paso Robles?
Yeah.
California.
Central Valley?
Yeah, I
Valley.
guess it's Central Valley.
Firestone Walker, obviously great beer. We've been drinking Firestone Walker IPA for many years. Love their IPAs. Pretty much all of them. I don't think I've ever had a Firestone Walker IPA I didn't like.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Beautiful place. Look at these fermenters. These guys are serious.
Some major production going on there.
Yeah, this is a big regional brewery. This is kind of past the small micro craft stage. Real nice tasting room, and it's really a big restaurant. We did not eat there, but big place, lots of tables. The bar was fun. They have a can conveyor that they don't use anymore. They repurposed it, and it's a little beer merry-go-round.
Yeah, you know how sometimes you go into a diner or something and there's a model train going around? This was beer cans.
Yeah, very fun. On the left, I believe, is an English mild.
That would be correct.
On the right, I know for a fact, is Firestone Walker's Pivo Pils, which is their Italian Pilsner. Now, this is interesting. To go to Firestone Walker when we went was really good timing, because it's not just any Italian Pilsner. It's the Italian Pilsner that started Italian Pilsner in the United States. You going to tell them the Agostino story?
Oh, you can.
You want me to do it?
You do the Italian better
There's
than I
this,
do.
okay. There's this brewer in Italy called Agostino Arioli. He created Italian Pilsner. He just decided to make a Pilsner and dry hop it. That's all. That's what makes Pilsner and Italian Pilsner different. Oh, by the way, Agostino's brewery is called Birrificio Italiano. It's in Como. Created the style in Europe. Matt Brynildson from Firestone Walker discovered it. He met Agostino somewhere at a show or something.
Yeah.
Had the beer, loved it, brought it to California. Tweaked the recipe a little bit. He ended up using hops, different hops than Agostino did. He used Sapphire. Then Agostino came here and had Matt's Italian Pilsner, liked it so much that he changed his hop profile to be closer to Matt's. So Matt influenced the influencer.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the big Italian Pilsner story. And there's a video on this. Check it out. You can get all the details on Italian Pilsner. However, the reason Italian Pilsner is significant for the Brewery Lovers is because the first time we had a beer named in our honor, you can see our logo there. The beer is actually called Salvatore, and it's an Italian Pilsner made by Ludlam Island Brewery in New Jersey. And what we had thought was, boy, wouldn't it be great to get some Pivo Pils or some Tipo Pils. Agostino's beer is called Tipo Pils. Firestone Walker's version is called Pivo Pils. But you can't buy Pivo Pils in New Jersey. Maybe somewhere, some really well-stocked beer place, but not in Cape May County. However, we went to Firestone Walker, and we were able to obtain a quantity of Pivo Pils. Trying to get away from the glare there. And so we got some. Then, just happened to have one last can of Salvatore. This is the last can from our New Jersey supply that we've been hauling around the country. So we thought, hey, let's do a taste test. Why not?
Yeah.
Now, here's the only wrinkle is that this has been in the bleep for a while. So it's not super fresh.
Months old.
So we may have to handicap the Firestone Walker as a result. So that's the plan. We're going to do a side-by-side of Ludlam Island's Italian Pilsner against the Italian Pilsner that was the definitive Italian Pilsner in the United States, Pivo Pils. No pressure, guys.
So I'm going to put the Salvatore in Salvatore's glass. And I'm going to put the Pivo Pils in my glass.
Color is pretty close. I would say Ludlam's is just a little bit more yellow than Pivo.
Carbonation's very similar.
Yeah. Pivo's brighter, but
Also younger.
Since they're so big, I don't know, they might do a little bit of filtering or something. Or they might lager it longer. Normally you'd filter a Pils, but Italian Pilsner traditionally is not filtered. We don't know if Firestone filters theirs. So it's a tiny bit brighter. It's just a slightly different hue. Very close. And I'm happy to get, I'm still getting that little hit of sulfur, which is what you get from a fresh beer, which means even though this beer isn't super fresh, it's survived well in the can and in the fridge. All right, let me smell yours before I taste anything.
Okay.
So actually, right now I like the aroma of Ludlam better.
I'm getting more aroma from this one than I am
I get
from...
a little bit of metal in the Pivo, which not from the can, not that kind of metal, but you will sometimes get a little bit of like copper or metallic in the hop aroma. It's also not nearly as aromatic as Ludlam's.
No, this one's more aromatic and it's more floral.
Yeah, definitely. The nose, Ludlam 1, Firestone none for nose.
This one's got great carbonation in the mouth. It's got great mouthfeel.
I love this beer, so I'm biased. But yeah, super flavorful. It's got a real nice malt profile. It's not like invisible malt, like an American Pilsner. I didn't really fully describe the flavor, though. It's a really nice balance of malt. Little tiny bit of grain sweetness, but not sweet. It's not a sweet beer.
Did you try this one?
Not yet.
All
I'm
right.
still trying to describe the Ludlam.
Okay. It's malty.
It's not real bitter. It's hoppy, but it's not real bitter. Part of the reason it's so easy to drink. I think this is going to be a good big beer for Ludlam, especially this coming summer, when we'll have it all summer as opposed to just part of last summer.
Yeah, this is like on the how pronounced the bitterness is. It's definitely more than your average Pilsner, but it doesn't hit you in the face like a pale ale would.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in between there.
Yeah, with agitation and it's warming up a little, I'm getting a little bit more floral.
Okay.
So I would say the Ludlam is maybe tipped more towards the malt and less towards the bitter. And the Pivo definitely has a bigger bitter hop hit.
I'm withholding my
really
opinion.
Good beers. Okay, back to Ludlam. Now it gets tricky because they start to smell and taste alike because you're going from one to the other.
If we'd had one more can of that Salvatore, we could do it blind. But we can't.
Yep. So I would say this is overall it's softer, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
Because the Firestone is more aggressive with hops. It's definitely got a bit more of a bitter edge. They're both absolutely excellent.
They're different kinds of hops. This is Sapphire, this is Saz and
Hellertau, that's right.
So this is very traditional continental hops. This is a derivative of continental hops. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have different flavor profiles. Definitely.
I could drink either one of these all day.
Because it's also low ABV. They're both low ABV.
If I'm being completely honest, if I was scoring these in a contest, it would be very close. The Firestone has more of a traditional Pilsner hop profile. But the Salvatore, I think, is, what's the word? More approachable, maybe? More drinkable? They're both really super drinkable. Yeah, the only place I mark the Firestone down is the aroma, because it has that strange sort of metallic hit in the aroma. It's not bad. It's just kind of unexpected. Whereas the Salvatore is all about the sots.
So their ABVs, the Salvatore is 5, Pivo Pils is 5.3. And me as a judge, this is the standard.
Right.
We can't get Pivo Pils here, so this is the standard. So this is what you judge by. However, I do like this one better.
Yeah.
I like the nuance and the balance.
Yeah.
In this one, the balance between the floral and the malt and the bitterness, and it's all about nuance and balance.
Mm-hmm.
So I find that one to be
It is
a more enjoyable beer.
It is a very nuanced
And
beer.
I'm sure I'm not biased.
Not at all. Beth makes a good point. When you're scoring a contest, a competition, you have to go with, okay, how close is this to the standard? So obviously, if you were tasting this blind, and you were using this as your, your gauge for what it should be, this one would win.
Yeah.
But we're not judging a competition. We're just talking about the beer's characteristics.
What we like.
And yeah, as I said, it's a very, very close.
Yeah.
Joe and Brian and Alden, awesome job, man, because it's right there. I mean,
Also, Matt, awesome job.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing this style to the
Yeah,
United
big
States.
time. It's right there, and right there as far as being within style characteristics. But I probably do like Ludlam a little bit better. It's a little bit more complex, probably because it's not lagered as long. With all the fermentation space that Firestone Walker has, I would imagine they store this and cold store it for a very long time, probably longer than Ludlam does.
Yeah, Ludlam has much smaller brewing capacity.
Yeah, not
than
nearly as much
Firestone
space.
Walker.
You need a lot of fermentation space to keep a lager for a long, long time, which is kind of what you're supposed to do with lagers. Good job, guys. You nailed it. So Ludlam is the winner because we like it better. Obviously, Firestone is the standard bearer for the style, but we're both a little bit partial to Ludlam.
Yep. I could drink this any day.
This is much drier. And this just has a little tiny bit of sweetness that brings out the maltiness that I kind of like. Because, like Beth said, it's all about balance.
Yeah.
So this is more of a hoppy beer, and this is more balanced. So there you go.
Yeah.
So we can honestly say Ludlam won. What if we didn't like Ludlam better? That would have been awkward.
Gotta be honest.
All right.
All right.
Good?
Cheers.
All right. Cheers,
Enjoy
guys.
Italian Pilsner.
Thank you. Congratulations. You did it.